Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. So we are here to
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and we're going to quickly recap this whole Will Smith and Chris Rock thing, because I do think that there's a lesson to be learned here. I don't know if this was fake or not. When I initially seen the slap, I'm like, it looked like he didn't even really smack him. But then when I seen the reaction afterwards, where he started screaming at him to not talk about his wife and the awkwardness in the crowd, I was like, well, maybe it is real. But at the end of the day, it's also Hollywood. Everybody's actors. Will cried, during his speech and apologized, but Will cries all the time. Will can cry on cue like that. So is it probably fake? Maybe. But there's still a lesson that can be learned out of it. And the lesson that can be learned out of it is Chris Rock is the one who held masculine frame here. Chris Rock was the real man here. Chris Rock was the one who was the bigger person. Will Smith, I think just as much as this had to do, because he laughed at the joke initially. So just as much as this had to do with Jada not thinking the joke was funny, I also think Will Smith went up there to try to get his masculinity back for real. Because Will Smith's been the butt of all unmasculine simps. Y'all know I hate the words alpha and beta because of their gay lineage, but beta, whatever y'all want to call it, Will Smith has been the butt of those jokes for like the last 2 years amongst men. And I think that when he seen that look on Jada, like, you gonna let him talk to me about that? He felt like he had to do something to get his masculine card back, to get his points back. He wanted to let people know he was still Willie from Philly. He was still that dude. And he seen Chris Rock. And let's just be honest here. Do I think that he would have went up there and did that if that was like Future, if that was Rick Ross, if that was The Rock, if that was Floyd Mayweather? Of course not. He knew, he picked his spots. There's been plenty of people talking stuff about Jada. There's no way it was a mistake that Chris Rock is the one he happened to decide he wanted to roll up on. Chris Rock is one, a comedian, okay? And two, his biggest movie role, he's playing a crackhead. So don't think for a second Will Smith didn't know who he was rolling up on. But if his whole goal was to make himself not look like a beta male, to make himself not look unmasculine, to make himself not look emotional, he did not accomplish that at all by overreacting to that situation. Now, Chris Rock, I gotta give him props, okay? Because he's a better man than me. If Will Smith would have came up there and smacked me like that, look, fake or not, there's not an amount of money you would have been able to pay me to get smacked on national TV, okay, and not do anything. I would have shut the whole show down. It would have been WWE Royal Rumble in there. I would have set the whole culture black. Black people probably would have been invited to the Oscars for like another 10 years after I was done with it, because it would have been a rumble in the jungle, okay? But big props to Chris Rock, because Chris Rock did the most manly thing you could have did in that situation, which is, this is a formal event. This is the biggest award show in Hollywood that we have once a year. I'm not going to ruin it by going back at you. I'm going to continue to give out the award. I'm going to continue to tell my jokes. I'm just going to roll past this thing. Like, he even said when Will Smith was yelling at me, like, yo, it's a G.I. Jane joke. Like, are you serious? He's like, don't talk about my wife. He's like, okay. I could tell he wanted to say something slick. That's why he's like, I bet. But he didn't say it. He better than me for that, too. Because if it was me, I'd have been like, oh, so your family's open to everything but jokes. If it was me, I'd be like, oh, so you're going to smack me so hard that I'm going to remember in August? I would have threw some type of shot in there. But he didn't even do that. He just left it alone. His last joke was, uh-oh, here comes Richard, when Will Smith was coming up to the stage. So anyone who has it twisted, the real man in this situation really is Chris Rock. He's the one who handled it the right way. He was the one who was the bigger person. Now, the last lesson I want to talk about here is, this is not how you defend your wife. Okay, first of all, she wasn't in imminent danger. It was a joke. If you have a problem with a joke that someone said about your wife or your girlfriend or whatever the case may be, you go up to that man as a man and you use your words, because that's what he used, his words. And you say, yo, don't talk about my wife like that. That's a sensitive subject for her. Don't talk about her like that. You don't smack him. You don't punch him. You don't push him. That's fake masculinity. That's not real. And like I said, niggas pick and choose who they do that type of stuff to. They only do it to dudes who they think can bully them. And a lot of these girls out here like, yeah, that's how you defend your wife. Yeah, y'all about to get your boyfriends beat up, shot, and stabbed. That is not how you defend your life, okay? Men use violence to respond to violence or threats of violence. If the man's using words, which in this case, Chris Rock was joking, then you use your words to de-escalate the situation. Yo, that joke wasn't funny. Come on, man, chill. That's how you handle that. You don't handle it by going up to him and smacking him. Will Smith lost frame for a multitude of reasons. He's been losing frame ever since this whole August thing even popped off. Which I understand, because I mean, if I had a wife who a kid was staying with me, my son's friend was staying with me because he's supposed to be going through mental health stuff, and you getting your back blown out by him in our crib when he's staying here because he's supposed to be going through mental health, it would have messed me up mentally too. So Will Smith's on edge, but Will Smith was the wrong one here. That's the wrong way to handle it. Like I said, you're going to have a lot of women, a lot of men out here getting their ass kicked, trying to replicate this, thinking that they're defending their wives. That's not how you do that, okay? Men don't answer nonviolence with violence, okay? If someone's using words, you use your words to diffuse it. So that's my thoughts on that situation. Like I said, I don't know if it was real or fake or not, but those are the lessons that I think we can get out of it. I'm Alex, and I'm out. Peace.